We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at WGNSradio.com. This is the WGNS Action Line, talking with Rutherford County newsmakers about what matters most to you. Now, your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome in. Yes, it is Brian here on a Friday. You heard me a few minutes ago. You heard Scott for a minute. Then it's me again. You know, it's Flip-Flop Friday, we'll call it, or who knows. But got me here for the next little bit, and you know, I couldn't help but see the disappointment in Terri Deal's face when she walked. No, I'm just kidding.
Always good to see you,
Brian.
Always
good to see you. We've got quite a bit to talk about. I guess the summer's been busy at Adam's Place.
Summer is always busy. We've actually got another big event coming up next Friday for our residents. So we like to just have a good time during, well, all times of the year, but I don't know, there's something about summer that you just want to get outside and act like a kid. So, you know, we did it with Ride and Slide a few weeks ago, and unfortunately we had to cancel our fireworks because God's fireworks took over.
Yes,
and it was a little bit too wet for ours, but we're going to have another little venture outdoors next week and have a dunking booth on campus and try to get some of the administrators in that murky water. And I am not getting in it. Okay. No, that is one thing I will not do.
I understand. Man, if you've never been in a dunking booth, there's something about it. I mean, it sounds fun. You do it once and you say never again.
Yeah.
So you've done it once.
I've never done it, and
really?
I am not going to do it.
Well, more power to you.
There are very few things that I will put my foot down to, but that is one of them.
I don't blame you. I've heard people report permanent back problems after doing that, you know, or something like that.
Hadn't thought about that. I've thought of some other issues, but that one had not come to mind.
Yeah. So I don't blame you. So
you know, you hear of the murky waters, and when you go down, what you see floating, that is just not for me.
Well, who's getting in the dunking booth before you? Wow, gosh.
If I ever did it, I would have to be first in, first out.
Okay. All right. Well, now you know how to maybe get her talked into it, but it doesn't sound like that's going to work.
No.
I want to talk more about what's coming up, but I have to give your marketing team kudos for all of the coverage you got on the Ride and Slide this year.
Oh my
gosh. You've been doing it forever, and it's like this is the first time you've ever done it. And you know, Channel 5 came out, I think, and I saw pictures. I saw some very famous people on the Ride and Slide on your Facebook page, and so you got a lot of good press out of that too.
We got the best press we've ever gotten. So this was actually our 5th year of doing this. Mm-hmm. It grows a little bit bigger and a little bit better every single year. And so when we started it 5 years ago, I remember standing on the lawn saying, we will take this national. And it took 5 years, but so Channel 5 actually came out and did coverage for us last year.
Yeah.
And so we certainly invited them back, and always want any media to come out and cover the event. But the Channel 5 coverage was so good, we got a call and said we were on CNN, and so we started celebrating.
Nice.
So we saw it on CNN. We saw it on live feeds in Hawaii. I mean, it was everywhere. So it's been a lot of fun getting that coverage.
So the Ride and Slide, for those of you who are trying to think, what is this? Think childhood and the slip and slide.
Absolutely.
But
only much safer.
Well, I'm just saying, my memories of a slip and slide are doing it as a kid, but also waking up the next day with like the worst abdominal pain ever.
Right.
You know, and the pulled muscles and all that
pulled muscles,
stuff.
Grass burns because when you fly off the end of it and hit the grass, you know, all kinds of things. So, this is definitely a safer version that is designed specifically for the elderly. It is something that Senior Helpers brought to us. Again, we started it 5 years ago. We actually, the first year that we did it in conjunction with NHC's 50th anniversary, and kind of played off of that anniversary to have the event, and then just decided it was so much fun the first time we had to keep going. So we basically get these inner tubes like you might see on the lake, and they've got arms and backs and everything, and we had partnered last year and are so thankful the partners partnership continued this year with MTSU. They provide members of the athletics team to come and pull the slide.
They're the muscle.
So they're the muscle, yes. So we've got a 10-foot by 70-foot slide. Murfreesboro Fire Department provides water. MTSU provides the muscle, and we provide the joy. So it's just a lot of fun because we'll help the residents get on the slide and off the slide, making sure that nobody gets hurt. We've got residents from all areas of the campus. So we're talking independent living through the long-term care community, and even memory care residents come out and participate in this. And it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. It looked like, I mean, there were smiles on everybody's face.
Absolutely. I mean, we have grandkids and great-grandkids. We have people's dogs that come out. We have spouses. We have staff. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you got your national coverage in the fifth year.
Got the national coverage, but now how are we going to top that next year? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we can get CNN to come do coverage. You know?
That's true. Maybe a live truck out there, beaming it all across the world.
I was talking with some of my residents the other day with one of our exercise programs, and she came up to me after the class and said, okay, this is what's going national next. I said, okay, let's make that happen.
Okay.
So it's a cardio drumming class, and it's a lot of fun. And I was like, why not? Why can't we go national with that?
Cardio drumming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You basically you're doing a full body workout routine, beating drumsticks on a yoga ball. And you can do it standing or sitting, so it's very versatile. It's very, no matter what your limitations are, you can still do it. And let me just tell you, it will work you out. You kind of look at it and think, oh, there's nothing to that.
Yeah.
Come join my class one day. I'll show you what it's all about.
Okay.
Wednesdays at 4.
Have you ever had any, guests just come in and try it out?
We have had.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our administrator, Buckley Winfrey. He and our director of nursing, Sarah Coleman, came and joined my class several weeks ago. So this is one that I actually teach. All of our classes that we teach in the independent living are certified. The instructors are certified in geriatric exercise programs. The two for our main exercise classes and our water aerobics are the instructors are certified through the Silver Sneakers YMCA program. So when we brought cardio drumming to the campus, I want to stay in line with my expectations of my instructors. So I am actually getting certified as a cardio drumming instructor, so that I can meet the criteria that I established for everybody else. So we've been doing it on campus for probably the last 3, maybe 4 months, and the residents are very patient with me as I learn. They're my guinea pigs, but it is a lot of fun. So yeah, come check it out.
Okay, so I was telling you a little bit about my June, which was very interesting,
Yes.
and so I'm always now looking for interesting cardio things to do.
Yep.
So, that sounds like I never thought about that.
You may want to come give it a try. It's not open to just everybody, so please don't misunderstand. I'm not extending an open invitation to the community. We have very limited space, but yeah, we certainly enjoy having folks come in. Some of our regionals were in town the other day, and I tried to get them to come in and participate, but they had other appointments they had to go to.
Oh, of course,
so, yeah, of course. Maybe they'll come back.
It's like you at the dunking booth.
Yeah, there you go. But yes, so this is my personal invitation to you, Brian, for you to come and join us 4:00 on Wednesdays.
After my kids got me, or my daughter, for Father's Day, because Father's Day happened after my little cardiac event or whatever, a little treadmill that it's lightweight, it can fold down and fold flat and fold up under the bed and that kind of thing. And so I was going to go out yesterday afternoon to do my evening walk and walk outside, and it's pouring. I didn't even know it was raining, and so I decided to get on that and use that. I've used it a couple of times, but this morning it's shorter, and so I found myself trying to hold on a little bit and kind of bend over, so it was a little too short. I don't know. I'll figure that out, but.
Well, maybe after the show I can talk to you about rebounding on a trampoline too, because that's really good cardio workout.
I'm feeling it a little bit this morning, but that sounds trampoline.
Yeah.
Do you have a trampoline?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a full-size trampoline. It's a little exercise trampoline, but there's this whole program, Rebounding for Seniors. I know you're not a senior yet.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there. You're hot on my heels. But yeah, I've started doing that too. I do that in the morning, and then I do cardio drumming with the residents, and I feel so much better.
Okay. Well, cardio drumming.
Yes.
And it's not loud and all that kind of...
it's absolutely loud.
Oh, okay. You got the music going.
Oh, we've got music rocking.
Yeah. But it's not like you've got, 10 people and 10 sets of drums going.
No, we don't have drums, but I'm telling you what, when you start beating on a yoga ball, it gets kind of loud.
Does it really?
Yeah,
okay.
really, more than you would think.
All right.
So.
Well, I'm very interested in that. I did want to say when we were talking about the it's not, we didn't call it slip and slide.
Ride and slide.
Ride and slide. Yeah, because you're not slipping, you're riding.
That's right.
Thanks to MTSU for coming out and doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
That little partnership that you've got, and Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue,
Yes.
and all of those partners. And you had ice cream or all kind of...
We have snow cones.
Snow cones, that was the word.
Yeah, we've got a snow cone machine on campus. We kept having to rent one, so we finally bought one. Next year, we'll bring out our cotton candy machine. We just bought one of those. So, we just like having all the fun that we had when we were young.
Yeah.
I mean, just because we're older doesn't mean that we're not still wanting to have fun.
I'm sure there's a popcorn machine somewhere.
We actually got several popcorn machines on campus.
Yep. Yeah, I knew it. So all kinds of fun at Adams Place. Pardon me. Terri Deal is with us today, the executive director. Meant to mention this a second ago as well. If you've got any questions, if you want to text those in to us at 615-893-1450. We'll be sure to try to get those on here before the show is over. Again, that's 615-893-1450. You were talking about the Silver Sneakers YMCA and being certified and all, and you mentioned the word pool. That's something you have too?
We do have a swimming pool. We're the only facility in Rutherford County that has one. It is an indoor pool, heated salt water. We keep the temperature about 86 degrees.
Heated salt water pool?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And with it being indoors, we can use it year-round. So I cannot say that I enjoy having to take care of anything water-related.
Yeah.
It's a pain, but the residents absolutely love it. We've had some people that came to us strictly because of the pool, and then they got involved in all the other activities. And then, the majority of people come to us because of Adams Place reputation, but then they jump in the pool and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. Let's do this. And we teach water aerobics, and then it's available not only for our residents, but for their families to enjoy as well.
So why a saltwater pool?
That was changed over probably 12 to 15 years ago. So it was before I joined Adams Place 7.5 years ago. But my understanding is that salt water is better for us than chlorine. I mean, the salt, if I understand it correctly, the salt actually converts itself into a type of chlorine, but it's not a chemical chlorine.
Okay.
So it's better for our skin, just better buoyancy maybe. Which
hope.
maybe we need.
Yeah, I know I would need it in the pool for sure. Well, that's neat. I'm not surprised you have a pool there. I know that there's a lot of maintenance and upkeep and all of that with a pool, but apparently it's one of those amenities that bring people in.
It really is, and even people that don't necessarily enjoy swimming, they'll just get in and walk back and forth. Water exercise is one of the best forms of exercise you can get. It's easy on your joints, but it gives some muscle resistance. I'm probably not using the right words because I'm not fully certified yet.
I understand. You're working on it.
I'm working on it, yeah. So, it does give that resistance so you can build some strength and get that resistance training that your doctors keep telling you to get. And, easy on the joints. And who doesn't enjoy getting wet?
Well, that's true. I mean, to me, it brings back childhood memories and doing all kinds of fun things in the pool. And who says just because you're a senior you can't enjoy the pool, right?
Yeah. I mean, you've worked all these years. Get in it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. And so you're the executive director. You have plenty of things to do. So you've certified yourself in yoga, drum yoga, cardio yoga, on the yoga ball, whatever. I forgot what you call
cardio
it.
Drumming.
Cardio drumming. And you're working on the pool and all that, and you're doing all these certifications. Do you not have enough to do, or what?
No, I have plenty to do.
I think so.
I do not teach anything related to water aerobics. I just make sure the pool keeps running, and because when it doesn't, I've got a lot of residents upset with me.
I betcha.
For that particular thing, I just pick up the phone and I know who to call. But I don't know. Cardio drumming was something that one of the residents brought it to us. A lot of the programming that we do is because a resident sees something and they want us to try it. So we had a resident that actually brought that to us several years ago. And at the time I kept saying, no, I don't, because she asked me to be the instructor. I was like, no, I don't have time. I don't have time. And I don't know. I think there's something about getting older that I realize I need to just make time for things that might not be in my bucket.
Yeah.
And so I decided last year I was going to just go ahead and do it. And I am so glad that I did. It really, not only is it good exercise and a whole lot of fun, but it gives me an opportunity to interact with my residents in a different way than I normally do on a day-to-day basis.
I can see all of that.
Yeah.
And it also keeps you active,
Absolutely.
which you want to do.
Yeah.
So.
You know, my watch keeps telling me every hour it's time to stand up. It's time to stand up.
Oh, isn't that annoying?
It's very annoying, but I rely on it, you know.
I know, because you've got paperwork to do, or I'm editing,
Yes.
commercials or something, and it's like, I got to stand up here for a minute.
Yeah,
so,
and if we didn't have reminders, it's real easy for 2 or 3 hours to go by, and we've never looked up. And when we do, it's dark outside, and time to go home or whatever. And so this just gives me a good break in the middle of the week, and again gives me an opportunity to engage with my residents.
Were you at my house yesterday? That's exactly what happened yesterday to me. I was involved in trying to get this project done because it needed to start today. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those last minute things, and I was working to finish it. And then I get finished and I look up and it's like, oh, if I'm going to do my outdoor walk, I better hurry because, the sun's going to set, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden I get ready and I'm not paying attention, let the dogs out to do their thing, and it's just pouring down rain. And it's like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah,
And
because
so-
you had been so wrapped up in the project that you didn't look up. We've got to look up.
Yeah. My watch did remind me, though, to stand up a few times.
You just ignored it.
No, I did. I got up, walked, through the house, back to the bedroom and back. And, so I always take that opportunity when it says to stand and, walk for a couple of minutes just to kind of clear the brain and that
clear
kind
the
of thing.
brain, refocus your eyes, move a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we get stiff the older we get, too.
But it's every hour. And how does it know exactly the moment that I sit?
Yeah, I don't know. These things are way more intelligent than they need to be.
Yeah. I had lunch with a friend yesterday, and we share a little cardio issue from past, and he was showing me his Aura Ring. Have you heard about those?
I have heard of those. We've got one of our, our director of the rehab department. She wears one, and she was telling me all about it.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool.
Tells you everything. It gives you, your pulse and your oxygen levels and tracks all your exercise and stuff. And, I like this watch. It does a lot of things, but it's also, I don't know, kind of annoying that you have to tell it that you're doing this type of walk and you're outdoor and that kind of thing. And so that looked pretty enticing to me.
Yeah, I'm really interested in those. I will say one funny thing about the watch, though, and it's a funny thing because of my age, but it is a very beneficial thing because a lot of my residents have started wearing smartwatches, and that's because it has fall detection.
Yes,
and
it does.
I was doing something at work. We were folding up some event chairs, and I couldn't get one of them to fold, so I hit it real hard. And my watch started calling 911. I'm like, no, stop.
So I will do a very loud clap with, for the dogs to come in. I have 3, and I don't know why I have 3, and so I'll do that occasionally. And my watch will say, "Did you fall? Would you want me to call?"
Yeah.
So it hasn't actually called 911 yet. But
yeah, I had to cancel mine. It's really good technology, though, and that's really good. You know, I love the direction that technology is going for the safety of seniors. You know, for so many years, seniors were just kind of ignored on stuff and looked down upon if they didn't know how to use technology. But now there are features that are actually being beneficial to us. So I'm really, really impressed with the different types of things that do come out so that we can be a little bit safer.
It reminds me of what came out in the 80s, and you know what I'm going to mention here, right?
Help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yep. That big thing around your neck or whatnot. And a lot of people just didn't want to wear that because they didn't want to be that person that had to have that.
Well, you don't want to be classified.
Right.
You know.
And so, you know, the technology has gotten so to where, I mean, it packs a lot in one little watch.
Yeah, it really does.
But it's helpful. And the exercise stuff is helpful too.
Yeah, every bit of it is helpful. You know, these watches, you can set up who you want to call in the event of an emergency. And I mean, we've had residents that have had falls off campus, and it calls 911. It calls the emergency contact. The emergency contact calls us. So, and with it being GPS, 911 knows exactly where to go. Our first responders know exactly where to go.
On your sprawling campus, you have to know.
Well, yeah,
you know?
yeah, you really do. I mean, we've got the little devices, and I tell everybody it's the help I've fallen and I can't get up type of device. I certainly can't say it's that because it's not.
Right.
But it's not GPS, you know, and our watches are. So.
Yeah. We're going to take some questions from you. So if you want to text something in real quick, 615-893-1450. Our guest today is Terri Deal with Adams Place. And where is Adams Place? I am so surprised at the number of people that not only are moving into our community.
Oh, yes.
But then, you know, you move into a community and you're looking online and you're trying to find out, you know, what things are going on in our community, what places are here, and they find our website so many times just because they're looking for what's happening in Murfreesboro, what's happening in Rutherford County, Smyrna, Laverne. And then they find the radio station, and then they start listening, and then they maybe hear your interview this morning. And they may not know what Adams Place is and where you are. So maybe give me that a little bit before we take a break.
Yeah, I'll be glad to. So it's really interesting. A lot of people drive by Adams Place for 10 years, not knowing really what we are. But the day that they have a need for senior living, they find us immediately. So, you know, that's one of those things that you don't need us until you need us. And when you do, you need to know where to find us. So we are on Memorial, 1925 Memorial Boulevard. Actually, if you looked us up online, it's going to say 1927 Memorial. That's the assisted living and healthcare address. I do 1925 is for independent living, but we're all on the same campus. It's 22 acres, so we've got multiple addresses.
22 acres?
22 acres, yeah.
You get your walking steps in anyway.
I do, yeah, most of the time. But yeah, the easiest thing is, you know, looking for landmarks, and the landmark is Walmart and the Murfreesboro Airport. We're directly across the street. It's a beautiful campus, lots of trees, and I think the trees across the front, across the berm there on Memorial, it really kind of blocks us from view. So if you don't know we're there, you're just going to drive right on by. But when you need senior living, we're going to be one of the first things that pops up on your Google search.
And pretty cool little sound barrier, natural sound barrier, kind of. Yeah. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Again, questions for Terri. We will have a quick 5-10 minutes when we get back. So if you want to send in those, text 615-893-1450 is the number here for the Action Line this morning. And we're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, when it comes to critical updates, MTE wants to reach you right away. So make sure you have all of your info current. Just log on to mte.com. Verify your phone number and your email address. And I keep telling you my experience. I thought, well, mine's updated. I'm Brian, right? I've always... Yeah, it was my home phone number from Smyrna. So no text came through, and that's why. So mte.com, log on and get that info updated so you're always in the know about what's going on with your local utility.
One or two, no, maybe 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. Our apartment, for instance, is fabulous. We have 9-foot ceilings, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Just love it. This is Don Dobbins. Adams Place is wonderful. The people here are fabulous. We love Adams Place. 12 out of 10 for us.
This is Terri Deal. Come tour Adams Place and discover living a dream in your senior years on Memorial across from Walmart. Call us at 615-904-9111.
When it comes to your child's health,
you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt, for every boo-boo, every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you
every step of the way.
At the Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street, we believe in more than just great deals. Every purchase you make helps Greenhouse Ministry serve over 70 families a day, offering hope and changing lives in our community. From name brand clothing to household items or even large appliances, you'll find everything you need at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, 100% of the proceeds go back to the ministry. Visit the Garden Patch Thrift Shop today across from the tall NHC building in downtown Murfreesboro, where shopping changes lives.
Hi, I am Tina. You never know what you may find at the Habitat Restore.
Shop and save.
Hi, I'm Wendy.
Hey, this is Rocky. You never know what you'll find at the Habitat Restore.
Shopping at the Restore.
We have paint, all kinds of colors.
We have brushes and rollers for your paint project, too.
Hey, don't forget the cabinets.
We have all kinds of cabinets for any project you may be working on.
We're hiring at the Habitat Restore. Stop by 850 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard for more information.
This is Peter Demas, and our family is inviting your family to come eat with us at Demas's restaurant. We really focus on value. They get value. They get more than what they pay for. They get a higher level service. They get higher level food at a price that is a lot more affordable. What we're trying to do is we're trying to give people the value, and again, that they were fulfilled both within their stomach and as well as their pockets. We want them to feel satisfied. Come eat with us at Demas's restaurant on Northwest Broad Street.
Hi, this is Dan with Music World and Drummer's Den. Our prices are as good or better than the box stores. I don't think you'll do better by shopping online than you would by coming in. Something new we've just added to our repertoire is drum repairs. You can have drums cut, covered, rewrapped, new hardware. We will fix them, make them look like new again. I'd like to thank you for coming by to see us again at 2762 South Church, right across from the golf course. Music World and Drummer's Den. Thank you very much for being our customers.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. More people depend on WGNS for local news that matters. We're your local news leader. News Radio WGNS. The Action Line on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Enjoying our conversation this morning with Terri Deal, the executive director of Adams Place. They're on Memorial Boulevard. If you've driven down Memorial, I know there's a lot more to see on Memorial now than there used to be. You'll find them just look right across from the Walmart. I call it my Walmart. I live on that side of town.
Yeah,
so,
I call it my Walmart too. So.
Yeah.
It's Adams Place's Walmart.
Yeah, so much for our Whataburger, but that's
right.
Whatever. But I'm sure something else will be there soon. That area has just exploded.
It really
when
has.
Adams Place first came about, what year was that?
1997.
97. It was like, you've got to be crazy.
Right.
This is out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And look at it now.
Somebody had a vision.
Yeah.
Dr. Adams and his team. I mean, maybe it was just because that was property that was owned in the family. I don't know, but it was a prime location.
Yeah. Was it always the vision to have a 22-acre campus? And I know that last time we talked, there's maybe stuff coming down the pike too.
Yeah. It really was. You know, Dr. Adams started NHC in 1977, I think it was. or 72. It was sometime early to mid 70s. And he did, he started out with just nursing homes, and he did have a vision for having a campus that people could come from independence through end of life. And we see that in what we have at Adams Place. And we do have future expansion plans. They keep getting put on the back burner, and I keep getting irritated, but, I'm just going to have to deal with it.
Of course. Yeah, I understand. And one of the questions, we've talked a lot about all of the activities that happen at Adams Place, and those are for the residents, right? Because the question was, are some of these events open to the community? I know you do a few kind of community type events just to have people see what you have there, but most of what we've talked about are for the residents.
Most everything that we do when it comes to these big events like our Ride and Slide, that is resident-centered. The exception to that is that family members of the residents are able to come, and there are certain community members that we invite, like our home office staff and that sort of thing. But primarily those big events are resident-driven. We do from time to time have events, maybe for long-term care planning or Medicare changes, that sort of thing, that we will do events that we will open up to the public.
Okay. Another question, I kind of led into this with before we went on the air, and I want to make sure we have time to get to this because I was talking to someone about Adams Place, and the backstory is not important, but what led to that was they were surprised that maybe in this situation that we were talking about, that someone was going to Adams Place, and that was going to become their home, and it was like, well, what's wrong? Is there a need for nursing home or whatnot? And that's I think the common misconception maybe independent living has. And so you have independent living, and kind of walk us through that whole process and what that means, because
of course.
You have perfectly healthy, active seniors living in your community.
Yes, we do. So Adams Place is what is called a continuing care retirement community, and it's a lifestyle community. So it starts with independent living. We also have assisted living, memory care, and then a health care center, which is comprised of long-term care or nursing home, and an inpatient rehab facility. So when someone, if you think about as you get older, you want to get rid of responsibilities of home maintenance, or, just the day-to-day grind, or just being at home by yourself. So independent living, if you think about it as a first stage step down into retirement. I'm giving up the home, but I'm still living my life. I tell people all of the time, when you come to independent living, we do not want you to change your lifestyle. We want you to change your address. That's it. If you're still working, we want you to work. If you're volunteering, if you're traveling, whatever it is that you're doing.
You're not taking the keys as soon as they walk.
We're not taking the keys. No, that's not part of it.
Yeah.
We want you to stay active. And that's one of the reasons why we invest so much effort into our exercise programs, is because we do want our residents in independent living to stay healthy for longer. It makes their aging process better, and it also better prepares them for aging into assisted living when needs do develop. A lot of times people think, if I go to a retirement community, I must be sick, or there must be something wrong with you. That is absolutely not the case. There are cases where maybe I'm not quite as independent as I used to be, and I need some help. Well, that's where you go to assisted living. Or something catastrophic happens, or we've just reached that point in our lives where we do need 24/7 care. That's when you step into a long-term care setting. So we do have residents who step in at various stages of the campus. So not everybody starts in independent living. Some start directly in assisted living because they've stayed home maybe a little bit too long. But when you're thinking about going into independent living, and that's one of the things that I do like about our future expansion, is it really is focused more on the even younger senior, if you will, the 65 to 70, 75-year-old. Of course, I'm pushing 65, so that's kind of a little scary for me to think that I would want to step into retirement. But why not? You know, if I can live somewhere that if I want to go travel the world for a month, I can lock my door, walk away, and not give it a second thought. That's what independent living is supposed to be about.
So I think because of that misconception, maybe people are missing out on the independent part just because they think the same thing, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. I can't tell you how many people call me and say, I want to get information, but I'm not sick enough. And I always tell them, I don't want you to be sick when you get to independent living because you're not going to be able to enjoy independent living for that long. If you come to us when you're already declining, already sick, and aging in an unhealthy manner, you're going to have a very short life in independent living. You're going to be very quickly moving to assisted living. And that's moving to assisted living is not a negative thing.
Sure.
But you also don't want to fast track that. So don't wait until you're sick or you have need of assistance to come to independent living, because that's not where you're going to find it. What you're going to find in independent living are ride and slides and travels and cardio drumming and multiple socials throughout the month.
And a salt pool.
And the saltwater pool. So you've got to really think about what are the things that I can step into that will help me age more gracefully. And honestly, giving up some of the responsibilities of home maintenance and going somewhere, not that you need somebody to cook for you, but sign me up.
Really?
I mean,
I'll take
clean
that today.
my house. Yes, please.
Yeah.
So that I can go do the things that I want to do.
Yeah. You hit me with those last two, and it's like, okay, sign me up.
Yeah.
You know, for those listening that are thinking, you know what, those things sound really good to me. What should they do? How should they call? I'm sure you give tours I know you give tours all the time. That's how you get those steps in, right?
That's exactly right. So you can call our main number, 615-904-9111. And then they'll just let them know what part of campus you want to talk to. They'll filter the call to the right direction. You can go to our website. You can check us out on Facebook, or you can just drop in. You know, I always love for people to drop in. I may not be able to invest enough time to give you a tour in that exact moment, but we're going to make sure to get some information into your hands, and I'll come out if I'm not in the middle of another visit with someone, and at least say hi, introduce myself,
schedule a tour, right?
Schedule a tour.
Yeah.
You know, I do like the pop-in visits. I think those are really important because when you're looking at a community that you want to call home, you need to know what it's going to be like, whether they know you're coming or not.
That's right.
So pop in, but if you pop in, just know that I'm more than likely going to have to schedule time to spend with you. Because I like to spend, you know, when somebody comes to visit with me for the first time, I'm with you an hour and a half because I want to get to know you and find out what your needs are and your interests are so that I can help you see how Adams Place is going to be beneficial to you.
Terri Deal has been our guest this morning. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you. It was good to see you, Brian.
Absolutely. Same here. Terri Deal with Adams Place, the executive director. Find out more on their website, and thanks for joining. It's auction time. It's auction time this Saturday, July 18th. Preview 8 a.m. with auctioneer Steve Sandlin, starting the live auction at 10 at 1554 Bear Branch Cove, Murfreesboro. In a highly sought-after neighborhood, this all-brick masterpiece features 4 bedrooms, 3 full and 2 half baths, 3 separate garage spaces, stamped and stained concrete, hardwood and tile floors, 14 and 20-foot ceilings, a pool with waterfall slide, and so much extra. See more at ReliantAuctioneers.com. Firm 5860, license 5942.
My name is Mary Ann Letizia. I didn't drive at the other place I was at. Their transportation was kind of sketchy. This, you put a request in, he comes to get you, brings you back. The people here at Adams Place really seem to care. It's genuine. And they really seem to be interested in your life, your family, your likes, your dislikes.
This is Terri Deal. Come tour Adams Place and discover living a dream in your senior years.
The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, voted Tennessee's top station for excellence in broadcasting. Courthouse clock time, 9 o'clock.